I hate to break it to you, but living for yourself is what is causing a lot of your sadness in life. You've probably heard something along the lines like, just live for yourself and you will be happier. Well, I'm here to debunk the myth that actually living for yourself makes you happier, because it doesn't. You need to actually create a life whereby you are living for something greater than yourself. This is why in this video we are going to explore the importance of community. Hello, my name is Dr. Sumina. I'm a trainee integrative therapist and a families practitioner. And in today's video, we're going to explore why we desperately need to become more collectivistic in our society and form our tribe and communities ASAP. Like we already are aware of, there is a huge loneliness epidemic, and despite the fact that we have creative forms of social media networks that we can connect with people 24/7, people are feeling more and more distant from one another. Inherently, humans are social creatures. We are wired for community and we're wired for connected living. And ultimately, being in community and existing in a certain tribe enhances our well-being and happiness. These are the three main reasons why we need community. 1, a sense of belonging. 2, for a support system. And 3, ultimately, to grow and thrive. Being in community actually gives us a sense of connection and identity. I think the huge thing that we're seeing in this time, especially in the Gen Z era, was the rise in actually, who are we? The question of identity. We're trying to find who exactly we are and what is our place in the society that we exist in, or in the friends that we hang out with, or in our family. Like, who are we? And being a part of a community actually gives us a sense of belonging. It connects us to this higher purpose. It connects us to something larger than ourselves. There's a mission that is greater than ourselves, and it leads to a life of selflessness. And studies have shown that individuals who are truly happy, individuals who have a family that they feel loved by, friends that they're connected to, but 3, also that they are committed to serving others. Their life's work is committed to serving others, solving other people's problems. Being in community enables that for us. When we're living in a very isolated place, it's really difficult to construct on our own what our values are and why they are of priority to us. What it is to be a helpful and loving person. Many a times when I'm in the therapy room and clients come in and they're like, I really want to work on myself. I want to develop myself. I want to heal. I want to grow. And I ask them, okay, now that you've done all this work in isolation, the test of your work is truly in relationship. You will only really examine your growth when you're in connection with other people. Had your patience tested by another person. And sometimes when we get into this very secluded, solitary way of living, we are not actually having other people hold us accountable or mirror to us actually how we are displaying ourselves, or how we're coming across, or to reflect to us the growth, or to reflect to us areas of development. Even that being said, in community, with the sense of belonging that we develop, we actually grow in emotional security. Knowing that there are people that understand you and love you and care for you and are there for you provides a true sense of safety. And in communities whereby there's a foundational level of trust, we can grow in our intimacy and in our vulnerability and build upon our courage to become vulnerable, to allow people to see the different sides of us so that we can feel that we are loved. I always say this, that many times that we show one side to people, but we are actually multifaceted, multidimensional, and we are constantly battling with the fact that, wait, I don't really feel loved, but it's because we aren't willing to show the different sides of ourselves. But in a trusted community, that can take place, and there's this real sense of security and love, because you know that despite the shortcomings and despite the weaknesses, you are still valued and cared for by this tribe. That brings us on to the importance of community for being a source of support. There will be trials and tribulations in this lifetime. We cannot eradicate that. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. And you need to find a group of people who are not just comfortable in the highs of life, but also in the lows of life. When things are going well and you're winning, but also when there is seasons of mourning. Having that group that can provide a sense of encouragement, advice, support, can build a resilience for you to go on and for you to still feel accepted and not downcasted to the point of complete defeat. Also, in the community, there's excellent problem solving. There's collective problem solving. There's different ideas and perspectives on a thing or on a problem that you present to the tribe, and you can gain a wider outlook that you wouldn't necessarily have gathered on your own, because we are all experiencing this world through a particular lens and a very specific lens. And actually, sometimes our viewpoints are very limited based on the experience, based on our maturity, based on our upbringing, based on our own fears and our history with this particular thing, that we are not actually coming to a real assessment of the situation. And so there is power in the multitude of counselors, hence the benefit of actually existing in community. With community, you find there's opportunity for growth and learning. You cannot assume that you know it all, because you don't. And in community, there is the knowledge exchange, there is the collaboration, there is the engaging in all the hidden perspectives that we are not exposed to, that enable us to grow emotionally and intellectually. But in addition to that, it's also a sense of contribution of value that makes us feel purposeful, that gives us that sense of pride in ourselves, that actually I can contribute to the growth of the individuals that exist in this environment, and that ultimately boosts your self-esteem. Being in a community enriches our social, emotional, psychological and physical well-being, and we cannot afford to get trapped into the narrative that community actually isn't important. Invest in the tribes that you feel are feeding the flow of love in your life, that are enhancing the quality of your life, and actually be a contributor, because you will grow through accountability in a way that you would never grow just by operating by yourself. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Please share your thoughts in the comments and share, the ways in which you are providing value to the communities that you exist in, how you are going about finding the tribes that are aligned with your views and your values. And I hope that you continue to grow and evolve. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.